Hello, greetings. This is Gillesmansillon. I thought I'd come and say hello. We are in the midst of those eclipse time for today, tomorrow, the next day. There is this great big eclipse. It's a partial lunar eclipse, but it is powerful and it will last for the whole summer. It will affect us and all the way till the end of the year. So it's about letting go of clearing up certain old programs. For it is, I saw the moon yesterday, she was beautiful. It's like my moon, my earth, my sun, my universe. And I'm very happy to share all that with you, for know that it is all created for you. It is, the universe wasn't created as a random thing, as a random event. It is something that was created for you. For once you become you take possession of those things, you will love and care for all those things that it is not about being attached in this power of possession. It is about being understanding it is a part of you, and so you connect to that on a deep level, and you will receive far more as from a unity standpoint than from a separated level of consciousness. The highest it's a reading from and those cards were inspired by a 13th century philosopher and poet. His name was Rumi. He was from Persia. The highest wisdom is the blood angel. It's about working through our blood for all the transmutation. It is like the blood that runs through our vein. We need only love to run through our vein. We need no tension. We need our blood flow to be in the flow. And so it is this transmutation and this working, the angels that work through this cellular transmutation that runs through our blood, through our whole system. And so it is about blessing all the water systems, the Ondine inside of us, all the elemental, the fire elemental, the salamander, the Ondine, the water elemental, and the sylphs, the air elementals, and the dwarfs, the earth elementals, so they can repair and work and upgrade all our systems of physicality. So it's these blood angels that will work, that will assist us in this transmutation. What we need to understand is the lover and the beloved. There is a deep relationship, a sacred relationship, a sacred love. For we have to every love relationship, intimate romantic relationship, has to be treated as something very sacred, very precious, with in enhancing the divinity of the other person will increase your divinity, and the merge of those, for one person is one person, the other one is one person, but the relationship is like a third entity that increases both entities, both person. And so it is, for there is no separation, but it's about connecting to the deepest love as well within ourselves. It's the end. We need to understand that. What we need to do is the impossible made possible. It's about those things that we think are impossible to make it possible, and to trust that it is. For it is impossible not to desire. We're always in the state of wanting, asking the universe, and then the universe is always saying yes, I'm giving it to you. But then we sometimes we have those mental process that looks in the contrast of the physical reality, and so we drop our shield. For we elevate our shield, we shield ourselves from the receptivity. So it's about dropping the shield, trusting, being in the receptive mode, so we can manifest those things, and then to bring everything into balance, in the flow, in the joy, in the love and light. For love, light, and joy will assist us. If we can stay within that process of total gratitude, the manifestation will flow. There will be no resistance to the flow of manifestation. So it's about making the impossible possible today. What a wonderful surprise, wonderful miracle. And the outcome will be on the surge of the uprising wave of love. So it's about staying on the crest of the wave, to be on the forefront of consciousness, to ride those waves of love that are coming. Well, I hope this made sense to you. I hope you will be able to enjoy it completely. For we have to learn to receive. For it's always good. We've been learning to give. For giving, if we lose ourselves in the service of others, we are making great motion forwards. But we also have to receive. So it's not about some people that are always in taking. There are some people that are always in giving. But we have to give and receive. Receiving and giving is part of the same process. It's part of the same, it's a different process, but it's one lesson. For this eclipse, we'll be able to. There is an opposition between in Cancer between Venus and the north node of the moon, and Saturn and in Capricorne and the south node of the moon. So it is about integration of the divine feminine. It is about new love, new work, new project, new opportunity. You have to trust your intuition, trust your inner self. Those eclipses will affect us throughout August. And Mercury, that's retrograding into Cancer, will warn us not to change our mind. The first intention, first thoughts, do not waver in your mind. There's no need for that. Follow your first thought, first intention. For this will lead us to the reconnection to our tribe, to our soul group, new friends, new lovers. And all of this will happen throughout the summer. For this, Chiron will eventually is going to be making a trine connection to the moon, to the sun, and to Venus. I think it's on August 1st at the time of the new moon. It will be in Leo at the first beginning of Leo. But so it will be the final. The passion will be able to find our passion and let go of all the wounds. It is very important to put heart into things whenever you pray, whenever you. Of course, it's good to pray, but to invoke, to create decree, to project. You can project into a higher consciousness, into the higher planes. But if you put your heart into it, then you will see there is more to it. It's more powerful when you put your heart into it. Put as much of your heart into what you're doing, into what you're asking, into life in general. We want to become a cooperative component with the invisible world, with the soul and spirit, not to let go of all fighting modes with the unity of life. For July and August will mark there may be some shift in the political systems of the world. There may be all kinds of revolution, all kinds of rebellion, because there is new energies that are coming to the planet, but people do not understand or they don't know how to deal with it. They want to be free, but they don't know how to go about it. They don't know that freedom can be given through the heart. For all the heads of governments have been informed that those changes are going to be happening, but some of them are resisting. They want power, they want the status quo, and they have all kinds of people around them that are comforting this idea of power, but they will not be able to resist much longer. There will be change that will be happening through the next 2 years to 3 years that will leave us in a completely different society. So trust and do not let the media dictate your mood, or do not let those things affect you. For the appearance can be deceiving. Sometimes we have when you look at the world stage, some white people that have white hats, maybe black hats, and some people have black hats, appear to have black hats, or in truth have white hats. It's an image that is used for those who are working towards self-interest or private group interest, and those black hats and those white hats that are working for the highest good of all. Always seek to work for the highest good of all. That includes you, and so if your highest good and the highest good of all is always included, you are assisted and connected to a far greater world of energy that is called the company of heaven. For this is what everybody on the higher planes, they do not have contrast, and so they can always work for the highest good of all. For those great waves of energy will be shaking humanity, they will be shaking the world. But light workers and wisdom keepers will not be affected negatively by those energies. The heat waves and the climate change are part of the effect of those cosmic waves. They're not just a part of the human problems. And so I'm going to pull a few cards for the Akash. For the Akash is what we might call the past life, but there is no past. The past has never existed. It cannot exist. For the eternity has always been. The past is just a force measurement that we have segmented. We have created to segment reality. But in truth, in essence, the past has never existed, because it's always been the eternal now, always been the eternal presence, and this is our true connection. Memory is only a perception of eternity, but the past life has always been. It's just cycles and process we are accepting to go through. And so this Akash is essentially known as held in the halls of the Amenti under the Giza pyramids, but the halls of Amenti means in the halls of humanity. For those holes have been created for humanity when they chose to go through linear process of temporal reality. Yet we want to reconnect to the love and the light that is all, that is our true energy, and it's an eternal process. It's an eternal now. It's never been anything else than eternal. It's never been segmented as we believe it to be. For what is the past is the accumulation of ideas. It's like an old world rope. And we're holding on to the past. We should let go of the past and attach to the flow, to the eternal now in the flow, being the love of each moment. For love is the presence and eternity. I'm going to pull a few cards, nevertheless. What is the highest wisdom for us today? From the Akash standpoint, is the healer. What we need to understand is it's about the same thing as the card from Rumi explains to us, is the bride and groom, the lover and the beloved. What we need to do is the angels. And the outcome will be Greco-Roman. It's self-empowerment. It's a reconnection to all kinds of ancestral innate powers that we always had within ourselves that were not activated. For when we come into this life experience, we incarnate within a physical body. It is like we have this canvas, and we've already drawn all the lines of our life. And then every day we paint a little bit. We are not able to paint the whole picture. And we can always repaint any aspect, but we want to stick up to the original design as much as possible. And if we shift any part of because if we shift any part of the painting, it's going to disbalance the whole process. Yet if we see that there is a disbalance, then we are called to repaint it. It's like a fresh. We have to create fresh vision. We do not need to paint the energies of the past, of yesterday. This is gone. So every day we're going to receive the inspiration in the now that will guide us to the highest form of creation, to become fully co-creator and to become conscious of our power of co-creator. We have to let go of resistance, drop the shield, and very important to do the meditation every day. It's not about sitting in a lotus position for hours. It's about closing your eyes, focusing, centering, stilling your mind, quieting your mind, and connecting to the divine love that is within ourselves. So it is important to do that, no matter whenever we are available, to do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and no matter where we are, when we are available, of course, when our attention is not, we're not asked to have the attention on the outer world, but there is always time during the day where we can actually pause and breathe and center and connect to the divine love that is that needs to awaken within ourselves. So we want to move towards things and activity that brings us joy, and it's different for each and every one of us. We all have different desires, so we want to follow our passion. It is important not to deny ourselves, to do what you like, and so essentially this is the message I wanted to express today. I hope you're enjoying these times. There is a great deal of new energy, new potential. For I received a lot of guidance this morning, a lot of energy. I couldn't make sense of any of it, to be honest. It was so many ideas that floated through my mind that some of them I couldn't put into perspective, so I had to let go and then to refocus, to focus on the void, on the bliss, on the well-being, on letting go of all, and then things will fall into place as we let go and let God, as we trust. For the paintings behind me, this is a little painting. I started doing this series of little paintings in 2019. They're about the great gods of mythology and the astronomical symbol. They're connected to planet. This is about the goddess Metis. So this is a favorite theme of mine, a canvas within a canvas on an easel. It's where I started in 1987 doing those paintings. And this is the symbol of Metis. It's an eye with a star on top of it. And Metis was the first wife of Zeus. She has this great power. She's the goddess of wisdom. She's a very powerful satellite in the sky as well. She's also a moon of Jupiter. There is two planets named Metis, and Metis she has the power of metamorphosis. She can change form, and so that will be a great power to have, to be able to shift into any form we like. She's the counterpart of the archangel Metatron. So it's a great, very powerful energy of wisdom, love, and light. And this is a painting from 1909 of the communion, the coming together of the Milky Way galaxy with the Andromeda galaxy. It's called the Andromeda Enlightenment. For as we move into Arcturian alignment, we will be able to get the Andromeda Enlightenment. For the Andromeda is a golden white light. Here it's dominant with gold, and the Milky Way is dominant with silver. For those great galaxies are shifting and advancing from Andromeda is like an older sister to the Milky Way, and there is the Triangulum galaxy that completes the circle. That's not represented in that painting, but here it is the point of bliss and connection between those two galaxies. For there is a computer model that said those two galaxies will muse and will merge eventually, but by the time Andromeda comes, the Milky Way will have plunged into north, towards north, will continue the northern path around the eternal center of paradise, which is invisible. So it is like we feel like it's going to be merging, and so we can envision that as a potential in the fourth dimension and imagine this merging. But by the time the Milky Way everything will flow around the concentric circle, but it will take billions of years for this to be realized. So it's not really in the meantime anybody can imagine whatever they want, but we'll connect more to the angels of Andromeda, for they are very, since our own planet is on the outer border of the Milky Way, it's always been like a stepping stone between the two galaxies, and so the Andromedas are very interested in assisting us. We want to call on the Andromedan for their divine being of love and light, that is, and so we want to use their energy. We want to call on them. They're a great educator, for it is twice as developed as the Milky Way. It's twice bigger. It's a wonderful place that maybe I'll visit someday. And so I'm going to finish with a song. It's a French song in a French video. We was on top of the pile, so I sing a spiritual song by a spiritual writer called Cat Stevens. It's called Morning Has Broken. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, hidden so plain. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise every morning. Praise for them springing fresh from the world. Beautiful song about the celebration of the morning. I'm sorry, my throat is a little bit sore today. I thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you have a blessed eclipse time, those few days, and all throughout the whole summer, to carry this energy of freedom and joy throughout the whole summer. For the card of the day, as a final from the angel, is the card of energy. Is the angel Veyuya. Yes, the card number one. Everything comes from the one energy. Before it separated and became all this infinite diversity, it started as one, and reconnect to that one original energy as much as possible. Become that one light, that one white light, the original light of Creator. Connect to your source, awaken yourself. I want to wish you a wonderful day. I hope you have a blessed week, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much. Namaste.